Here we are getting another video for you guys. You know, I've been rolling down to the eastern end of Lake Erie for not 30 years, but we're getting dangerously close to it. And when it really gets hot in the heat of summer, that's really the place to go. The smelt go down there, really a lot of the bigger fish, or overall just a lot of the fish go down there. But we're going to do something a little different, or at least we're going to attempt to. So I guess if you actually see this, it will have been successful, because we are going to attempt to pull nothing but wire line, both on our dipsies and on our board lines. And so we're going to try a bunch of different stuff here, a lot of different lures and presentations. Got my buddy Andy going to go with us, and of course, you know, program administrator, director, or whatever biologist guru Travis Hartman. So I'm sure he'll bring in a little bit of science stuff into that and kind of let us know some things for sure that maybe we all think, but he can definitely tell us we know, or maybe not. Maybe we don't know. Walleyes on wire is the intention today, and it's a little bit different setup than probably what you're used to a little bit with our stuff. Kind of using a regular rod like we would for planer boards, because that's what we're going to have the wire on, but do some things a little different. It's kind of think about like our lead core setup, so it's very similar. A lot of guys with wire use a shorter leader, like 7 feet. I still use 30. Not because I think that they're spooked, but because I want that wire all on the reel, so I can't kink it. When you kink, ooh, I got one. Ooh, I lost one. Something on the surface just hit me. Anyhow, so we're letting out the wire here, and you can see I have my finger on the spool the entire time. These will backlash very badly. But back to the leader that we were interrupted by, I'm gonna guess a white bass or something, but nevertheless, that 30 feet is important for me because, yeah, cutting it down and stuff, I don't have to replace it as much or have to, you know, take the whole thing off. But the big thing is having that leader through the rod in here and then down when you're storing it. You don't want that wire up in there. If it kinks, it's done. This is single strand 12-pound wire. And so then I'm going to set it up just like the lead core from there. We've got 300 feet. That's going to be our depth that we're using. 250, 350 is, depending on how deep you want to go, is a lot of it. But on the back side, I've got 50 feet of mono, and that way I know I can let that out and get more depth. So people will say 50 plus or whatever, you'll hear captains and things say that. But that other big thing is that's a place I can hook that board up to. So, you know, you can't clip on the wire. That's a dunzo bad deal. And then beyond that, I've got my backing, which is braided line. We've got like 30-pound P-line Endurex. And then I've got a little bit of mono on the, just covering the spool so that doesn't slip. So basically just like the lead core setup, but we've got the little single strand wire there. You say, why wire? It just fishes different. It cuts the current well, harmonic hum. It just flat out catches fish. So it's a little bit of a pain to deal with, but it works really well. And another thing on the rods there is once you use a rod for this, you don't want to use it for something else because you will groove over time, just slight grooves and things on the inserts on the guides. So a wire rod one time is a wire rod for life. So you really don't need a fancy rod with that. Oh boy. I always say you need the clickers on. On the way out, this inside wire got smoked and we were setting that quickly because we have one on the outside. Walleyes, wire, and no wind. Knock on wood.
This one got hit also.
We've got a triple on the wire. Craziness this morning. We are running Thunder sticks. If you've seen any of our stuff before, the Thunder from Down Under, aka the Storm Deep Junior Thunder Stick, is kind of our go-to, and we've got 4 wires out and we have 3 on. And again, if you haven't watched, you don't know who this guy is. Travis Hartman, my buddy Andy, but
program administrator.
That guy, he knows more about the stuff than we do. I know more about catching walleyes than he does. Andy says divers on. Ooh-wee. Craziness. But so wire is just a different animal. A lot of guys don't use it. It is a little bit of a pain, but we're going to kind of show you some of the little tricks and things that you're going to do, because it's not really that much different, but it is super effective, especially come summertime walleyes. And we got a long time, we got a lot of line out. So we're running 300 feet of 12-pound wire, single strand wire. It kinks very easily. That's the thing that's a bad deal. But it just catches them when other stuff doesn't. So you've probably seen some of our stuff, and even recently on lead core, which is a favorite and a little more user-friendly. But this stuff is just super, super effective at catching them. All right, so we're gonna need, when you come back here, we're gonna attempt to try to separate, because obviously we have all the same. You're doing about what you can do. Travis is kind of the sling man here, but it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But I think we're offset enough, we're straight. Andy, back up. Rod up, back up. Travis down and over. Point straight at him. Yep, he's right over here.
Not a bad one.
Well, this may be our first wire fish together. It is not our first thunder stick fish together. And
I want to imagine it's the pink and purple one.
yeah, we got a pink and purple, just like those smelt, and that's kind of what we're duplicating out here. Generally speaking, the smelt are what these fish are chasing this time of year. And we get these small little deals.
Deep Thunder Stick Junior. See, it's got the clear side, tape in the middle, pink belly, purple back. So it's been a good one yesterday and right off the bat today.
So while our rods are really no different except for dedicated with the single strand wire that we're running on the boards, we actually have a wire rod for our divers. And that's going to be because it's got what they call twill tip. And Fish USA has that. It's built right into it, and the guides are going to be oversized because we're using 7-strand wire. And 7-strand wire is pretty much like a bandsaw. It will cut through stuff. So you really do need kind of a special rod for that. And that 7-strand can be cut into a little bit more. You know, it can be kinked a little bit. Now you don't want to, but it can take a little more abuse, and that's why we're using that compared to the single strand. Andy's got one coming in here. Oh yeah, man, this thing got lead underwear, son. Oh
I'm
yeah.
at 23 feet on this one.
23 feet. So again, another Thunder from Down Under. We got a little purple up in there. Oh boy. Oh boy. There was some rookie stuff going on right there. Oh, you did it. This is why we don't let the guys touch the rods or do anything. Oh yeah.
You gotta tie the line around the barb that's in. And the key is you want to put pressure down. So I'm going to push towards this finger, which is going to keep that barb from catching. We'd be best taking this off. Let's get do you have split ring pliers? All right, so we got the lure removed because you don't want the other hook getting hooked in anything when you pull it out.
Oh boy.
There we go. So it wasn't fun. I'm sure it didn't feel great, but the bottom line is with those barbs, when you push down on the shaft, it keeps that barb pushed down. So when you pull it back out, the barb slides out without grabbing the skin. I failed the first time. Number 2 was a winner.
So there's no rest for the wicked. I have, no feelings for Andy here, and we have fish on like every rod. So we're trying to get them in. High divers are going. We got the crawler harnesses going, which yesterday weren't going as good because we were a little high on them, but we have the medical tent closed. We have the fishing tent back open.
I'll be in contact with your insurance, Andy.
So what we're gonna do is, again, it's the whole thing. If you haven't watched any of our video stuff with this, it's all about efficiency.
All right, what do you need from me, Ross?
Well, I'm gonna need you to a second or two on this one, but we're gonna have to, between him and this, so a lot of this is just knowing what you can get away with, and you at home gonna have to tangle a few before you kind of figure it out. But paying attention to everything. If you want to let that go, we're free spooling.
All right, I'm gonna board this one.
It's not the biggest one we've caught together, but we are straight up catching on the wire.
So actually, do you want, oh, this just got hit.
Oh boy, no board required. Smoked in the hand, huh?
Yep.
We still got,
I think we still got fish on both wire boards.
so efficiency is the deal. You know, the bite is on fire right now, but it won't be all day. So we got to get these things in as fast as we can without tangling. Got a little silver streak double willow that just went, and Andy's reeling in the same thing. But you really have to watch the other rods that are close by, especially with this wire. This is not friendly stuff. And so whoever's the real guy has to be watching that, or you are gonna have a hot disaster of a mess. And really the communication thing, these guys are my water wives today. They need to tell me not 3 seconds before something happens, but way before, so that I can actually do stuff and get things set. Because we're gonna turn around here and have no lines in the water if we don't. Oh, close.
That's 30. I'm somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, yeah, you're not.
20.
So one of the other things we got going on, if you guys haven't watched some of the other videos, encourage you to do so. Another double willow walleye, but you'll notice that leader is about 12 feet long total. So I kind of just do a little hand grab there to get that thing out. We're hitting the clicker, right?
I'm near the leader.
I do a little hand grab because those longer leaders just flat out catch a lot more fish. Slow. Now this is the time where these guys really got to reel slow. These TR200 Shimano's have about 25-inch retrieve ratio, which is key because you see, as pinned as that lure is, if you start cranking like a nut job when you got very little shock absorber in there, it doesn't end well. Deep Junior Thunderstick, we're not gonna let Andy touch this one. We're gonna let him just reel, you know, another fish. So there we go. Andy called inside diver. Here we go. We got a crazy bite has been going on the Rapala jointed scatter minnow. It's like a number 9 size. Want to know a little trick when you're doing this like this? Pull more line out and then you won't have to fight that lure in the net. I got the clicker.
Got him. Fish going in the
Communication is the key here. Like, these guys are kind of quiet this morning. They're a little sleepy. Andy's thumb hurts. Boo boo, got a hoo hoo. But you gotta talk. 40 feet. So then we know. So now I can set some stuff around him and we can boom boom go, because that's the key here.
15.
I see it. Jointed scatter minnow. And one thing that's kind of different than normal here that we've had going on this year, which is unlike any of the I don't know how many 20-some years I've been doing this down here, is they seem to be focused on a lot. We got a ton of baby perch, which is a great thing. I mean, little tiny ones where they're not on as much smelt. We haven't seen nearly as smelt that we have, and a lot of fish have been smaller, and there's probably a reason that those bigger fish are chasing those smelt that are somewhere out here that we just haven't found. We got one on that inside wire now too. So we got a lot of chaos going on. One thing you have to do in the boat, you don't ever have to fish at one time to just pay attention. So like, we had that fish in the inside diver and we were gonna tow it so Travis didn't, you know, hook up into that. Well, what happened was it clipped out. And so now that means it's tripped and it can go around. Now that can glide into one of our other rods. So we gotta get on that one immediately. Now in the meantime, we've got our middle and outside wire that has a fish on, but Travis has to still get that out and get a board on, because we're gonna work those around. And these are things that you can watch the video and learn, but you learn the hard way. sometimes, you know, you don't want to reel the fish. You've got to get stuff set around it so that we don't tangle. We got one on the inside diver here. Oh my, lots of chaos. These jointed minnow scatters are just fire. Slow, slow, slow. Oh boy, little chunky. This one's kind of built like Travis. He ain't that tall, but he's thick. We got an inside wire here with a scatter. Another jointed minnow.
So I'm gonna pop this board free so it can slide back, and that way it's not pulling against me and trying to pull it into the other rod. There we go, see the board tripped? Now the fish is pulling it to the middle, so I'll wait a little bit till it clears this inside rod. And when we're kind of safe back here in the middle, then I'll start reeling. What do you think, Ross? Good, clear to reel?
We are clear. You want to make sure that's completely around or you will have a bad day.
And I'll come over towards this side a little. Now you
inside
got one,
diver. Yeah. What?
Diver just went off. I don't know.
Back up, Andy. All right.
I'll get it. I'll get it.
Which diver's gone?
Diver.
Good things become bad things really fast. These drivers that trip, that's why we got to have that good communication there, because this thing will get tangled up in the other lines badly. And this wire stuff does not, it plays for keeps.
Yep.
I'm gonna need to work because I don't want to yank the line too much on this one. That was good communication there. Everybody understood the task. See, because we can get into this other line really easily. And we got no shock absorber here. We've got wire to fluoro, and this is a much better fish.
There we go. Nice fish.
That's a donkey. You know, it's probably them 3 dots, Travis, that I put on that jointed scatter minnow.
Oh, it has to be.
You might have seen that. That thing was not hooked well either.
Huh. But yet I still reeled him in. That's weird.
We just had a jointed scatter minnow, little wrap-up deal there going the inside. On the other side was the best fish so far. And Andy and Travis are like inside over here. We got another one.
Out high diver here just got hit.
Okay, get that one down. So what we're gonna do right now is we're keeping an eye on that high diver over there. It's in front of Travis. And we're not gonna reel it yet because he's trying to get that inside line set. And we're not gonna pop it because we got too much with me and Andy going on. But these guys, you have to keep an eye on it because if that pops free, then it's game over there. It's gonna get tangled in the other one as it slides back.
Your fish close?
No, I gotta wait, I'm 15. It's definitely a teamwork deal when you're doing with these long leaders. These are between 10 and 12 feet. I'm gonna bring it right up to Travis. The big thing is you just don't wanna jerk it. I'm actually gonna bring it all the way to you.
Gave one last shake and was gone.
Okay, all right, here we go. So again, another thing here, we've got these boards, and maybe you haven't seen the videos about that. We have the front clip where it can come out, and then we're gonna have no direction. So basically we can make an outside board flow behind the boat, if that makes sense. But one of the big mistakes a lot of guys do is they just pop them all the time, pop everything. We're gonna leave Andy hooked up here because in case we get another fish, we got Travis with a fairly long lead on that high diver.
30.
So you lose control. Once you pop it, you can't stop it, right? You have another chance on the other high diver. Here we go. Here we go. So a little trick for you here, because we got such long leads on our divers, is to kind of come up to midsection of the boat there a little bit and set that, and we're gonna go right around the other line so we don't tangle in the inside, because these long leaders, it'll go right in there. The momentum of the boat will force that back. So we're gonna set that sucker right down.
And I didn't pop over here to stay away from Andy.
Good call. Yeah, see, if Travis would have popped that one, now we're gonna weave together, and we've got the same leads on all these. All these that we're running today are 300 feet of 12-pound single strand wire. And you will have a mess when those weave together. It's a basket weaving competition that there's no winner.
I always say there's no winner in a battle of losers.
That's well said. Yeah.
I think Andy's finger won.
Dude, that was naughty. Scatter!
I didn't feel it when I went in. I didn't feel it when I came out, and I don't feel it now.
Wait till you get the bill, you'll feel that.
So what would you prefer here with this board?
So Andy, you're gonna come over here. We're gonna just take that just like you're doing her. Oh boy. And don't be afraid to kind of bow to these things. With this wire, it's like an ex-wife. There is no forgiveness in there. Back up.
Do you want to hand that back to me? I can hold it.
Look at this teamwork.
Nice fish.
Scatter, scatter. Out in the net. Nice chunker. Got you. Do your thing. I got it. Go.
I got your clip, or I will click when you get him in.
I got you. Don't worry about it. Andy, are we getting close to leader?
Yeah, I gotta be.
It has to end sometime.
Andy, are you shaking it out?
Yeah.
I feel like this is a perfect opportunity to talk about your fatigue and the fact that they should probably go watch the video where we were pulling lead core instead of wire, and how you were shaking it out. I mean, do you want to talk about that?
I had lead core fatigue.
Yeah, you got a lot of fatigue.
But I do think it's an interesting difference, because when you're reeling those lead core fish, you are reeling all that lead. There's extra weight, extra strain. This wire's longer, but it doesn't have the total weight that you would have with lead core. It succeeds by being thin and cutting the water really well, compared to lead core being weighted and physically pulling the line down.
I just thought you were being a candy ass. I mean, but I didn't have to wind it either, right?
Right.
Yeah, see, it's easy for the guy in the cheap seats.
Nice. Good job, Andy.
Wow.
Nice fish.
We got a double scooper going down, but I already failed at a double scoop. But I did get the big one. So we're just gonna grab, because we have 3 Beckman nets in this boat. We're gonna grab the other one so Travis doesn't ridicule me tonight like I did him yesterday. Travis, how bad do you want this fish to come off?
To the point where I'd like him to. Well done.
Here we go.
I will 2-click.
2 clicks. So again, right now, Travis, we're kind of in a pickle because this fish tripped. We didn't have a choice, which is another reason I usually keep my dipsies really pretty tight and my planer boards, because I kind of want to manually manipulate when those are going to trip. So these guys are trying to let out around it, and you definitely can hook them up. It happens quite frequently. So we're going to go right down the pipe though. Travis is kind of wheeling out a little bit. It doesn't help much, but sometimes all you need is a half an inch.
Another nice fish.
Out in the net, these jointed scatters have been absolutely fire, but they have been coming off in the net. You know, part of that's probably the wire. We have a double on the scatter. Scatter double down. Holy moly, I'm noosed. I think Travis planned this.
Notice how I work that out?
Yeah, he does. So again, you don't have to be intimidated with this wire stuff. I mean, honestly, you can absolutely have a disaster of a mess because it doesn't cut and retie or untangle like monofilament or something like that. It's kind of braids on steroids. but you just need a little bit difference in equipment. You know, you can get all this stuff at Fish USA. A lot of people don't have a lot of this gear. Fish USA's got pretty much literally every single thing that we're using today.
Sorry, Andy.
Double willow. It's come in kind of the opposite. Normally we catch a lot of fish on the cranks,
Got her.
but our double willows have been, I don't want to say disappointing, but not nearly as good. The stealer of the last couple days that we've been fishing, no matter, even when we're using braid divers, seriously, like, on 3, everybody, what's been the producer for the last couple days?
Jointed scatter.
Jointed scatters. I've been notified by the media team that I'm too loud on camera. Does anybody believe that? When they're editing, normally you wear headphones when you're editing. My team wears earplugs. So here we are. We have, I think, 5 on. We only have 1 riding with no fish on it. I think I just bucked mine off, not paying attention. But we just have a lot of chaos going on. Wire, definitely. Would you say the wire, would you like some wire now? Yeah, it works. We never got my sunglasses on. We never got our downrigger down. We were gonna put the Mega Live down to watch all kinds of prettiness happen. And none of that could happen because, did we ever get more than like 4 wire board rods?
Might have been putting a 5th out and got hit.
Absolute insane. I'm pretty sure we got one on the other scatter over there. We just have really good problems.
And I'm coming up to, oh, inside wire just got hammered. Board's under.
Oh boy. No, so back up, under. You see what's going on? You guys gotta, I mean, we are gonna have a problem here.
So what do you want me to do? Stay over here?
It's not gonna matter. It's just, you gotta reel when you can reel.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just keep reeling, boys. Oh. This is the best worst ever! Too loud. Our high diver is just smoked, but we got this in the way. So actually what I'm gonna do, even though there's a fish on this, I'm gonna rehook this up and send it back out.
Or, well, I don't think it's me, but.
No, it's me. Or maybe I got you.
I got you, babe.
So again, this is, you gotta play chess out here, not checkers, or you're gonna have a massive problem. I rehooked up that board that came off that we didn't want to, but it still has a fish on it to just get it out of the way. And it really helped out because then we had the high diver go and trip. And so now I got another one. So we've got 4 things weaving back there. It'll be a miracle if we don't have a tangle, but you gotta do things way in advance. You can't wait till the end. You gotta be very proactive on these.
We're good. I'm low right, he's high left. I think we're getting close to where we might be tangled.
You're probably in each other then.
Yeah.
So you need to be careful on how you're winding.
Okay.
Oh God, oh boys. Travis.
Nice fish. You want me to take the net?
Pull line, pull line, pull line, pull line, pull line. Click 2.
Click 2.
I don't know how many fish we've caught today, boys, on the scatters on the inside divers, but we almost could have just run those 2 and probably had a little more, less chaos. Would that be more fun or less fun, Andy? I did.
I'm here.
Another scatter. And I'll tell you there, look at that, barely hooked. That's why you gotta reel easy. See if I can show you how that was. Well, it's in there now a little more, but that's it. So you guys that are jerking and pumping the rod, that's how you lose them. We don't even need that. We just, whoo.
And if you can take the net from me, oh.
Got net. Andy, this isn't our biggest fish together, but it's our last fish today. What do you think of your first day pulling wire? I feel like it might have cost you a lot of money. Absolutely smashed them today. Thunder sticks on the boards, single strand wire, stranded wire on the dipsies with scatter minnows, jointed scatter minnows on fire. We caught them yesterday in braid divers, good. Today I think it was even better. Harmonic, hum, whatever it is. We never got more than just a few lines out on the boards at a time. They were hooked up absolutely. I don't think we ever didn't have one on. There's something about that wire. It's a little bit of a pain to deal with, but it absolutely works. Something you need to give a try when you're trying to fish these deep summertime walleyes. You don't have to have the dog days of summer. You can smash that too. Till the next episode.